Landon, if you're watching this, I want you to know that you did not just cheat on your wife. You cheated on your unborn child's future. The queen of self-love motivational videos got cheated on while she was pregnant. Oh my gosh. I have a feeling that this video will get very, very passionate today. Hi guys, welcome to Tati's Media. I'm Tati, where I get to inform you guys while offering my perspective on different things in the media. And in today's video, we're gonna be talking about the wizard Liz getting cheated on while she was pregnant. I have a lot to say about this, so I'm going to preface this video by saying we will be speaking a lot about relationships, men, women, cheating, etc. When I'm giving my perspectives in a passionate state, I can talk very generally, so I can be like we, you, they, you know what I mean? It's just a little quirk I have when I'm talking about my perspectives. I don't have any sort of resentment against anybody, not men, not women. I don't think all men are liars and cheaters. I don't think that at all about any specific community ever. As always, these videos are for reflection and to give criticism. So who is the Wizard Liz? Liz is somebody who created her platform, The Wizard Liz. She's a self-love and a self-help content creator, and she rose on platforms like YouTube and TikTok. Her videos are described as very sharp, unapologetic, and tough love. She became known for telling a lot of women to elevate and set boundaries in their relationships and just for themselves in their current lifestyle, reassuring the fact that they need to walk away from anything that is beneath them. Her community has praised her for being a very empowering, confident, and intelligent young woman. But she's also got a lot of criticism for her videos in the past because she seems very overly aggressive or robotic. Sometimes people say that she comes off as though she's lacking empathy. The best way to describe her videos is that specific genre on TikTok where they sit down and they offer very blunt advice to the audience. This formatting is very influential, but it can definitely be very polarizing at times for different people. So overall, Liz's community has known her to be very independent, empowering, and her community often wondered what type of relationships Liz has been in to gain this experience, but they also wondered what type of future relationship would they see Liz in, because her content was don't overexert yourself, don't share too much of yourself, and to walk away from anything that is beneath you. But that changed when we were introduced to Landon. Liz met Landon through what seemed to be such a private relationship at first. People were shocked because her brand is very independent and all about discipline, so when she came out with a whole person on her YouTube channel, everybody was shocked. And it also had been kind of a short amount of time to when they announced the pregnancy, saying that, oh, this must be a very good man, because Liz, who gives such, disciplined and independence advice, she would obviously get with a good man. So when it was announced that she was pregnant, it was not just a shock because she was pregnant, because this very disciplined and private woman that they have come to know was being so public about entering motherhood. However, she seemed genuinely happy and at peace, so everybody celebrated with her, of course. Here we are now, things have taken a very big turn. Rumors have started to spread that Landon was cheating on Liz while she was pregnant. People were claiming that screenshots were being circulated and that he was staying with someone else publicly while staying silent privately. However, what confirmed things the most for people is when Liz herself unfollowed him, deleted some of their posts, and confirmed on her Instagram story that he did in fact cheat on her while she was 4 months pregnant.
Wizard Liz just posted that she was cheated on by her fiance Landon, while her now ex-fiance, the Wizard Liz, out of all people, she is 4 months pregnant, and she just posted her baby gender reveal a few days ago, saying life can change fast once you decide what exactly you want. Like, oh my gosh. So she exposes Landon on her Instagram story, saying, "Funny how my intuition was screaming at me in this video. Thank God what I found out today. I've been through worse in my life. This will most definitely not break me. Women, choose yourself and walk away from the first time." And she talks about how she found out Landon cheated on her, saying Landon decided to make a Snapchat account and reach out to a girl to meet up. He was just with me in London, made a whole book about how much he loves me. Anyways, the girl reached out to me today and showed us evidence. He called the relationship fake. So Landon told the girl that his relationship was fake with Wizard Liz. "Oh, I'm 4 months pregnant." He says he's incredibly sorry, and honestly, I feel like I don't know him at all. I feel stupid for ignoring the signs and dreams I had, even though I told him about, and he told me I was crazy. So she had a feeling he was cheating on her, and he shut it down. Ladies, trust your intuition. I'm absolutely heartbroken and shocked. My haters can go celebrate. Haha, so funny. I will always have the last laugh though. He lost everything and I gained everything, thank God. And that she's going to sell her engagement ring that was $100,000 and donate the money to single moms. And she's asking people to not send Landon any hate, and that she still loves him, but she chooses herself. I still can't believe it. Out of all people, the Wizard Liz. I give up. I give up on love.
The shock wasn't about cheating necessarily, but about who it happened to. Because Liz had built most of her platform teaching women how to avoid exactly this kind of man. I want to show you guys a video that Liz posted herself on her story when she was confirming the cheating allegations. She says in this video that her intuition knew something was up automatically. And I want to show you guys because I think, honestly, it definitely shows where her intuition was working.
Like I always say, your partner should add to your life, but it shouldn't be your whole life. Someone said, what would you do if your husband left you or whatever, I would just continue with my life, you know. I still have my own life. I have my own finances. I don't need to be here.
Ever done something that makes you insecure? Like, that's something to pay attention to. And it's not a good partnership if the person is going to choose someone else over you. Like, that defeats the whole point. But forgiveness is a big thing. So if you have ever had a trust issue come up, you got to learn how to forgive and work through that. Otherwise, that'll just turn into crippling insecurity that you suffer with.
Depends what the trust issue was. If the person is like texting other people.
Yeah, well, there's different like degrees of severity for sure. But yeah, I think a lot of issues can be boiled.
It's pretty insane, right? Very spot on. I definitely agree with her. Her intuition was working right then and there. Landon himself confirmed this as well. He went to his Instagram story and posted the screenshots that he had with this sad girl.
Landon posted on his Instagram story the conversation he had with a Snapchat girl. I don't know what he's trying to prove, but it does not look good. So starting off, Landon messages a girl, asks her, "Are you still in Dallas?" And she's like, "Why?" He's like, "Well, I just got back from London. I'm in New York Tuesday and back in Dallas for a week. Do you have any plans?" And she's like, "Aren't you married?" He says, "No. Plus, just looking for friends." And she's like, "Well, since when are you married?" And then Landon goes, "Well, yeah, it's a complicated long distance internet thing. But no, I'm not married. Not a normal life for sure." What? And she asks, "So your whole relationship is fake?" And Landon says, "No, it's not, but I'm not married. That part is not real." And she's like, "Well, what does that even mean?" And he's like, "Haha, do you want to see me? I can tell you in person." And the girl goes, "I don't want to hang out with married men. I saw you wearing a wedding ring." And he said, "Well, that's fair, but I'm not married." And she sends him this picture of him wearing a wedding ring. Yeah, please block him. But the audacity of this guy to say, "Oh gosh, that's worn for the video, but never mind, it's complicated. He's not legally married, but maybe will be." Well, that means you're in a relationship. If you're not legally married yet, you're still in a relationship. But that's what she said. She's like, either way, you are still in a relationship and you shouldn't be trying to hang out with girls. And he asked, "Why were you trying to come to courtside with me?" And she's like, "What's your point? You invited me and my boyfriend and we never came." And he's like, "Well, I didn't know you had a boyfriend at the time and I'm not trying to pull a fast one on you. I was just curious." But she calls him out like, "Well, you said it yourself, you're in a relationship right now, so why are you trying to hang out with me?" And he says, "Well, I was not trying to date you, but you're right. Even if the situation is complicated or unresolved, I shouldn't message you. I'm sorry. Maybe I'll explain more one day." Why is this so cryptic? And then he deletes all those Snapchat screenshots and he posts this transparency. You can't be repentant and grow if you can't own your choices. What is going on? Quick side note, the messages are from the girl's perspective. So I'm wondering if these are like screenshots that Liz got from the girl and Liz probably sent to Landon as like, "Hey, I caught you."
We don't know if there's any more, but this is the only confirmation we have now. His response was very interesting. Some people felt his tone was very flat. His acknowledgement was more so, "Oh, we messed up," or "Oh, this is a situation we're working through."
Like, I'm not going to come on here and ask for your forgiveness. I'm just going to come on here and ask for understanding, because I made a mistake, but that doesn't mean that I don't love Liz. I love her with my entire heart, and we have a baby on the way. And over the last 10 months, I have done everything I can to give this person all that I can and to make her happy and do all of this. And regardless of how much I care, I made a mistake. And in the middle of texting somebody I should not be texting, in this moment of fucking weakness, like seeking validation, and it's just a bad behavior that I can't believe I did it. But in the moment that I was doing it, I messaged that person that I was sorry and that it was wrong. And I prayed to God that night for strength and clarity and to never do that again. That is not who I want to be. It is not what I thought. I thought I was stronger than this. I thought I was smarter than this. And I let something build up inside of me that I indulged in. And it is weak and it is despicable. And in this, I'd like to just take full accountability. I don't think this should have been aired out, honestly. And there's so much, oh my God, there's so much to say that I am not going to say. But I'm taking accountability regardless. This is not something that I want to promote or make seem like I identify with. This is not who I want to be, and I'm sorry. I don't know how I could be such a fucking idiot at times. Like, throughout my life, there are times where I just do things that I know I shouldn't. And I learn, but I shouldn't have to learn this way. So I'm sorry. The final thing I'm going to say, and I'll probably delete these. I love Liz more than I could even put words to, and I've shown her this, and I've tried my best to make her feel safe and happy and protected. And while yes, I made this mistake, I want to be a great man, and I'm not there yet. But I know that a great man is one that takes accountability. I know that a great man is somebody who makes a mistake and then can be forthcoming honestly. And although I felt bad, like I should have just said, "Hey, I've done this thing. I feel very bad about it. I'm sorry. Like, I know what I did was wrong and this is not going to happen again, and I'm sorry." And that's how you should treat the people you love. And I am sorry.
People pointed out how detached he sounded from the whole thing. It rubbed the entire community the wrong way. And people were also saying that it feels like this was very intentional. Liz is a very, like I said, disciplined and private woman. And her mindset is just very strong. This could have been the plan from the very beginning. Did he get with her to do this and tear down her mindset or something? People just feel like this is very intentional, especially with the way he was acting. We love hearing from others on this channel, so let's hear what a few other content creators have to say about the situation.
I couldn't sleep last night because the story just doesn't make sense to me. I spent all night thinking of why a man would cheat on his wife, who's 4 months pregnant, by going on Snapchat and talking to a random woman. And the only conclusion that I can come to is that he planned this and that his humiliation is not over yet. And I truly believe that the Wizard Liz has a stalker and that this man has stalked her from the beginning. And let's go over what we know about this story. So the Wizard Liz met Landon 3 years ago online, okay? He would send her all these congratulatory messages, congratulations on this, whatever, whatever, and she would thank him. And so they started to develop a little bit of a parasocial relationship. Now, fast forward to Athens a few years later, the Wizard Liz is going to Santorini to see her friend, and she has a layover in Athens. Now, she's in Athens, she has her cap on, she has her mask on, no one can see her, okay? No one can find out that this is the Wizard Liz. However, while she takes off her mask to take a bite to eat, there is Landon. Landon apparently was in Athens at the exact same time, at the exact same terminal, the exact same gate, because he was going to Mykonos. But get this, he was on his way to Mykonos, but his friend canceled on him. So, in a crazy turn of events, he wasn't going to Mykonos after all. He was going to go back home. I don't know, some very crazy elaborate story that doesn't make sense. Because if your friend cancels on you, would they cancel on you 3 hours before your connecting flight? I mean, he's coming from Dallas. This doesn't make sense. So, of course, the Wizard Liz, being the kind person that we know she is and that Landon knows she is, invites him along to her trip on Santorini. Now, he goes, of course, because he never had any plans to begin with. They go to Santorini and the rest is history, okay? Within 3 months of dating, they become engaged. And I looked up Landon's net worth online. I cannot believe that that is the kind of net worth that can afford all the lavish things that he was doing for Wizard Liz in the long run. It was a very calculated move to get her to agree to marry him very early on, okay? 3 months of extravagance, which, by the way, is usually the amount of time that someone can hold a mask for, and then a very quick engagement and a marriage. They got married so quickly after getting engaged, and then all of a sudden she's pregnant. It's like, this is so obviously a tactic to trap her and humiliate her. If you go on Reddit, you'll find a lot of stories about people hating on Wizard Liz. There's this whole movement about how she's a narcissist and that her practices feed into, narcissism and toxicity. So now they're married and she's 4 months pregnant. And by the way, keep in mind that the typical abortion legal limit is around 12 weeks. It can be extended, but 12 is typically what is in with a recommended time frame. So he baby traps her. I mean, waiting until 4 months pregnant, that is a calculated move, and I'm sure he wanted to wait longer if he could. I just think he couldn't wait to humiliate her, okay? He had married her, he had baby trapped her, and he went on Snapchat and he messaged a random girl. Like, come on. He is a public figure. Anyone he messages is gonna know who he is. Like, you can't pretend to not be yourself when you're someone like Landon. So it's very quite obvious that what he did probably wasn't with the intent of cheating because he wanted to be with that woman so bad. I think it was just about being with anyone other than Liz to humiliate her and bring her down. And the reason why I don't think this is over is because what he did was soft enough that in most cases, I do feel like a woman would reflect on this and say, okay, maybe I can take him back. And that's why I think this is just the very first part of his manipulation and humiliation plan. I think that if the Wizard Liz can truly leave him this time around, there's no humiliation, okay? He was just a loser guy that will forever go down in history as the guy that cheated on Wizard Liz. I mean, no one's gonna remember his name in a few years. However, if she does go back with him, then this is part of a longer plot to humiliate her and drive her down, because then the second time, it gets worse.
I do not feel sad for the Wizard Lizard. You got married and pregnant in less than a year. She's always talking about, don't rush into a marriage, don't get pregnant very quickly, don't trust a man, but you got married in less than a year and you got pregnant in less than a year. This is insane to me. He did not play you played yourself in thinking that you know a person in less than a year.
Everybody is so surprised about the Wizard Liz getting cheated on. What did you expect? He's not even Muslim. She chose a non-Muslim man. He converted for her, and I say this in quotations because in the messages where he cheated, he said he couldn't marry her. The only reason I can fathom that he couldn't marry her is because he's not Muslim himself, and she needs to marry a Muslim man because she's a Muslim woman. There's not even evidence of a shahada. You guys believe everything. And then you guys put it on Muslim men saying, oh, well, the Muslim man will still cheat even if... Where's the Muslim? I'm looking for. I don't see the Muslim.
I'm not surprised that the Wizard Liz got cheated on. This is what happens when you think you're a high vibrational person and you think that you've mastered energy and intuition, and like, she's only 25 years old, and I didn't know that. We need to be really careful who we are taking advice from, and no human is evolved enough to not get themselves in horrific human situations. And now she's 4 months pregnant, and that is actual hell to be 4 months pregnant with a man like that. And he's only 25 too, from what I'm seeing. He might even be younger than her. If a man tells you, if anybody tells you within 72 hours that they are in love with you, they are a love bomber. Like, she made such a dumb decision. Like, can we just put that out there? I'm not blaming her for an abusive man ruining her life, because it's ultimately his fault, obviously. But for a woman who's so evolved, who gives so evolved, like, nobody, that's the whole thing. Humans don't know what the fuck they are doing. None of us do. Nobody's enlightened. Nobody's like, usually the enlightened people are such spiritual narcissists that they walk themselves right into these kind of situations because they think that they are above the laws of humanity, and you're just not.
Shout out to those creators. I really enjoyed hearing their perspectives. And now that we've heard from everyone else, it's time to get into mind over media. Hi guys, welcome to Mind Over Media, which is my mind over the medias, where I get to give you guys my perspectives on the controversy. As always, no hate intended. These are just my perspectives. Firstly, I want to talk about Liz's content itself because people are merging her content with this situation together when I think it doesn't really have a lot of correlation. Back in 2024, I remember watching videos similar to hers. I was just graduating high school and getting into college and figuring out that whole, oh my god, I'm 19, 18, what am I gonna do with my life? You know what I mean? So I was really looking at videos similar to hers, just normal girls sitting down and kind of telling you what they think, how they achieved certain things that I was stuck in at the time. The very minimal sit down in front of the camera and just give it to you bluntly videos. I can make an entire video on why I don't think those are extremely beneficial. But at that time, I was interested in them. But it didn't take me too long to realize that those videos weren't for me. Nonetheless, when I was deep diving into those videos, I did discover Liz. Liz's specific tone did not resonate with me, and that's nothing against her. Just for me, it didn't completely resonate. You know what I mean? Her delivery is very cutthroat and straight to the point. And I'm someone who needs a bit more softness, especially when it comes to seeking out growth. You know what I mean? Liz is very much give it to you straight big sister. The only video that I ever watched more than maybe 10 minutes of was her how to create success video. I like that one specifically because she was saying that success comes from humility and gratitude, not taking life for granted and not taking things that people typically dislike doing for granted because although you don't like the opportunity, somebody else is wishing for it. And I really enjoyed parts of that video.
What is there to create? Everything. You can create everything. This universe is huge, big. We're abundant, guys. We're abundant. You can create books, you can create poetry, you can create music, you can create YouTube videos, you can create cooking, you're creating food, creating a family. It doesn't have to be crazy big. It doesn't have to be something where millions of people will watch you. It has to be something where your soul feels like, I want to get up in the morning. If your soul feels like, I want to get up in the morning because I get to go to the gym, or I get to study, because these are all privileges, okay? These are all privileges. I know there's a lot of people in the hospital right now wishing they were just healthy. And we don't see these things as privileges until it's taken from us. We don't see our blessing until it's taken from us. So every day, when you say like, oh, I have to study, no, I get to study. There's so many children, students out there that wish they could study. There's so many women out there that don't get the opportunity to study. So don't be ungrateful.
Nonetheless, even though I didn't always resonate with Liz's tone, I still respected her as a very confident, intelligent woman. I was honestly really happy that she was able to come this whole way and be so confident in herself. I mean, because you have to go through a lot of hardships to be so secure. This is why I have to respectfully disagree with people who are saying Liz was in and over her head. She was too overly confident. She thought because she was healed and disciplined that this couldn't happen to her. And I just really respectfully disagree, guys. If you watch the success video specifically, she doesn't give that energy at all. Liz is just very firm in her beliefs and in herself.
This is what happens when you think you're a high vibrational person and you think that you've mastered energy and intuition.
People who are serious in their beliefs and their mindset work don't think they're above still having regular human mistakes. They don't think they're immune to hardship. Their point of all that work and healing and hardship and mindset is that when chaos and things do happen, they can stay centered. That is the point of Liz's beliefs and beliefs similar to hers. And staying centered in a time of chaos is exactly what she did here, as we know through this cheating allegation. When Landon showed his true colors, Liz held to her word. She said, do not stay with anyone or anything that is beneath you. Walk away. And that is what Liz did. She walked away. She didn't settle. She didn't tolerate the betrayal. Landon showed her who he was and she walked away. She lived her own advice in real time, and for that, I respect her. And the thing is, her own advice was testing her in a way that is so intricate because she's 4 months pregnant. That is what some people are missing, is that this is not just a regular, oh, he cheated. She is carrying his child. For Landon, there's not much I really need to say about him. His response is very numb and dismissive and casual, which rubs me the wrong way, as I was saying earlier. Landon, if you're watching this, I want you to know that you did not just cheat on your wife. You cheated on your unborn child's future. It is so hard to respect somebody who says that they love somebody with their whole heart, but then publicly disrespects them and their unborn child. I think it's disgusting, and I do think that deep down inside of him, something resented Liz. Because to cheat on your 4-month pregnant wife, something in you has to be so hateful toward her and her community and her mindset. Overall, people are saying that this is so shocking because it happened to Liz. But my perspective is that that's not why it's shocking. Who it happened to, of course, I obviously think that this is such a hard thing to go through, and I really give my best to her, and I hope that she is still doing okay. There's a deeper realization for me. You can be the most confident, intelligent, beautiful person ever, and somebody will still decide that is not enough for them. And that is why you do things for you and you value yourself, because no matter what, you aren't going to be able to get that experience and that self-love from somebody else. Because Liz is intelligent, she is beautiful, she's confident. If this could happen to somebody like her, who basically, for the most part, on camera has it together, as far as we know, that should be confirmation for you or anyone who's struggling with self-image or physical appearance, that it doesn't matter of what you look like and feel to somebody else. It matters what you feel inside. That's why some of these self-help videos and motivation videos aren't really good, because you're getting advice from the other person. Get advice from yourself. Feel okay with yourself, because anybody who you're with or who you trust can easily decide that you aren't enough for them. And that's not their fault. It's not your fault. That is just the way that the world works sometimes. And you have to understand what you think about yourself is more powerful than any other love you can receive from somebody else. Mouth dry. I feel so much empathy for Liz, because I truly don't think that she had this big ego that everyone's saying. Some of it, I think that was a character she played on camera, this very girl boss-esque character, you know what I mean? But I still don't think that she had ego. I think she had confidence for the most part. It's really sad, because for her, this is my person. This is someone where I don't have to have a big disciplined character on. I can be free. I can trust. I can let go. We're getting married. I'm carrying his child. And to be betrayed like that in such a disrespectful way publicly screams resentful. Like, it really does. It's really devastating, guys. We've heard all from me. It's time to hear from you guys. Does this discourage some of you guys from being in a relationship or gaining that discipline and success that Liz has taught in her videos? And do you guys think that Liz is being judged so harshly by certain media because of her self-worth content? Do you guys think that Liz's self-brand helped or hurt her with people's perspectives on the situation? I'd really love to hear your guys' thoughts. Please comment down below. And okay, love you. Bye. Mwah.